It all began last week with an email titled Field Study Opportunity, Compensation Included. I almost deleted it, but the word compensation caught my eye. Dear Wilson, this is Stuart from Project Sunset. We found your paper on language mutation and believe you'd be a perfect fit for our internship. We also know you're looking for work. The program starts April 6th, 2025. A stipend will be awarded for all participants who complete Phase 1, regardless of their status after Phase 2. Phase 1, $10,000 tax-free. Phase 2, $20,000 tax-free. Full event, $250,000 tax-free. I stared at the numbers. Too good to be true, right? Still, I replied, asking for more details. Days passed with no response. Then I found a brown box at my apartment complex. It was addressed to me from the X Language Institute. Curiosity got the better of me, and I took it inside. Inside was a dark green case and a letter titled, For Wilson's Eyes Only. It welcomed me to Project Sunset and outlined the rules for Phase 1. I was to decode a paragraph written in a language I'd never seen before, but I had to do it alone. I felt a mix of excitement and dread. I began to study the strange characters, but nothing made sense. That night, I dreamt of walking on honeycomb rocks, only to fall into darkness. I woke up in a cold sweat, unsure of what was real. The next day, I returned home to find my study materials rearranged. I felt watched. Then the rock began to vibrate, and I was drawn to it. I dropped my knife, feeling an overwhelming urge to touch it. I fled my apartment, seeking refuge in a nearby Starbucks. I realized Project Sunset had targeted me because I was vulnerable. Determined, I bought a camera to record my apartment. That night, I set it up and waited. As I dozed off, I felt something take over. I watched myself act bizarrely on the footage. Then a light appeared, and I saw the entity. It beckoned me closer. I felt compelled to write in language X. When I woke up the next day, my apartment was a mess. I packed everything up as instructed and left it in the mailroom. Days passed, and I tried to return to normal, but I knew I had to watch the footage. When I did, I saw myself in a trance, acting out strange movements. Then I saw the entity again, standing in my doorway. My heart raced as I realized I had made a pact. I felt a buzz in my pocket. It was an email from Project Sunset. They thanked me for completing Phase 1 and invited me to Phase 2. I stared at the screen, my stomach sinking. What had I gotten myself into? Would you trust an opportunity that seemed too good to be true? Share this with someone who always takes risks without thinking.